Traders, I've got nothing open right now. As you can see here, that's my account for today. And that's just 3 trades I took today. And I'm green for the day. Although I started with a loser with SFIX, which cost me almost 3 grand. Then came Tesla with a beautiful trade, and BYND, relatively small winner. Size and of course the rest of the quantity didn't work out so well, but anyway, I'm going to finish over 3 grand. I told you earlier I reduced my size dramatically today, and the reason for that is I couldn't expect the market, what's going to happen with the markets today. So again, I'm watching the S&P 500 here, and let me start with this because that was really the key to everything that I was doing today. S&P started with a huge gap up, 4%. Now we kind of used for that. I mean, yesterday we started with a gap down of 6 or 7%. Today we're starting with a gap up of 4%. If you take a look at the whole picture, you ask yourself what's happening. So we know we've been coming down dramatically. We know that we had a huge downside day yesterday. And the question is what's coming next. So when the market came down yesterday like 7% and gapped up today approximately half of what it moved down yesterday, that's no big deal. I mean, we can't understand what's going on yet because that's a reasonable gap up from yesterday's downside move. Just a small really pullback, maybe 50% of the move yesterday. So that doesn't mean that we're going back up from here and possibly continue to come down. But when the market starts with a gap up like this, 4%, it's very, very hard for me to anticipate what's going to happen. So I'm waiting to see some clues, like usually when you have such a big gap up, or a big gap up, which is maybe 1%, not 4%, I don't know what's going on with 4%, then you would expect the market to start moving into the gap and then pull back. So we waited and it happened. Market initially moved down in the direction of closing the gap. At some point it stopped and then moved higher. We were looking for this pullback here, and we were planning this long with several stocks that we traded today. So the first one I really took today was SFIX. Let me open up the chart in a little bit bigger way here. Traders, there could be a trade there in SFIX right now. Sorry.
Well, there, Meir. I got half position under 1520, and under 15 I told them I'm going to add.
Okay, so I'm not going to join this one because I'm done for the day. But initially tried to short it here. It failed. It moved higher. Had my stop here. That's why I have a $3,000 loser. Right now it seems like it's coming down. I do not know whether to trust it or not because it's really just going sideways. So really SFIX was a losing trade for me. But we were waiting for this pullback in Tesla and in BYND. Now look at what happens now in Tesla, or what happened earlier in Tesla. When we started our trading session today, I saw Tesla moving to a new high. Usually that is something I would trade, but today I was expecting some downside pressure because the market started with a big gap up, like usually should happen. So I waited patiently until Tesla comes down with the market. At the point where it came down with the market, I posted it for a long, and I think that was over 648 right over here. And that looks to me like a decent consolidation, nice support, a nice reversal here. We went long, it worked out fine. Stop was 6 point, target was 6 point, did more than that. So the question is, why don't I go short right here now? Well, the answer is the S&P 500. I don't know what's coming next. Here's the S&P 500. We moved all the way back to the highs. Usually, if that was a gap up of up to 1%, which is a big gap up on a normal day, the S&P would already been over the highs and probably gap and go and continue. But recently, we've seen the market coming down so much. A gap up of 4%, which just covers 50% of yesterday's move, does not mean that the market is going to continue moving up. I anticipated this reversal here, and I went long Tesla, and BYND would be the same, and hoping that the S&P would move over the highs, and that happened. But what comes next is really uncharted territory. In fact, it's probably kind of likely that we're going to see some downside pressure, continued downside pressure from yesterday's big downside move. So I wouldn't be surprised if we move down under the lows. On a normal day, with a 1% gap up, I would be surprised. I would expect the market to continue higher. But today, I just don't know. The only thing I could anticipate is the first move down and the reversal. The thing is, when you do not have any advantage, you're not supposed to be trading. That's why I didn't take Tesla short right now. I do understand it's a nice technical formation, yes, but I do not trade any technical formation I just see out there. I mean, Tesla is strong. It's up 5%. The reason I was looking for a long in Tesla and beyond, because they were outperforming the market. Tesla started today like 7 or 8%, I can't remember. Market started 4%. Tesla is outperforming the market. Therefore, I look for a pullback in Tesla and I go long. That's my advantage. If you do not have any advantage, don't trade. If you go to a casino, what advantage do you have? I mean, it's nice to go to a casino. It's nice to have fun in a casino. You get free drinks and stuff. But what advantage do you have? If you do not have an advantage, just limit the money you're playing with and accept the fact that you're probably going to lose money. But we're not here to lose money. We're here to gain money. And if you do not have any advantage, like the short some of you just proposed in Tesla, and I don't care if it worked out. It worked out. Yes, it did. I would have been happy to join this short in Tesla and probably in beyond because it looks quite the same. Why didn't I take this trade? I did not take it because I do not have any advantage. There's no advantage there. I don't know what the market's going to do next. The market, in my opinion, was supposed to go over the highs on a normal uptrending day with a gap up. But with a 4% gap up, it's not in my rulebook. I don't know what's going to come next. Is the market going to continue going sideways now? So if that's the case, you're probably lucky that you had your chance to take your partial with Tesla, which I suppose you did. Is the market going to come down under the lows? You'll be very happy with this short. But you don't know what's coming next. I don't know what's coming. I mean, maybe you do. I don't. Really, I have no opinion. I don't know if the market's going to move under the lows or not. It could move under the lows because the momentum is down for the past few weeks. It could move over the highs because that's what the market's supposed to be doing when it's gapping up and it's supposed to be gapping and going over the highs. That I don't know. The only thing I could anticipate today is this first initial move into the gap, which happened, and then the pullback, which happened, and then go long Tesla, and then go long beyond. Let's take a quick look at beyond here. Now here's beyond. Again, a stock that is outperforming the market. We waited for it to come down. At that point, the market started reversing. And look at this very fine technical reversal here. And look at what happened at the point where we moved into beyond, right over here. So that point worked out extremely well. So we had a nice trade here. Now, I do agree that we have a perfectly good technical formation here for a short. Look at this really beautiful head and shoulder formation. It really just doesn't come better than this. But the thing is, when you take a trade which is only based on technical formation with disregarding market behavior, then your chance is over 50%. I agree. You take a nice technical formation, you probably got 55, maybe 60% chance to succeed. Is that enough? Well, I do not take a trade if I think I've got less than 65% or even 70%. My average is 68% success rate, and that's very good for me. But if you anticipated the market to come down from here and you took a short in beyond, well, you were right. But could you anticipate the market to come down? In my opinion, I can't. If you have some other ideas about how the market should behave, and you were right because the market did come down. In fact, I can see it now moving very close to the lows. So we could have a new low here very, very soon. So if you anticipated that, well, great. You've done a great job. I couldn't. I mean, it's not in my rule book. I don't know what's happening next. I don't know if the market is going to come down under the lows or not. Well, I'll tell you just one thing. If it does come under the lows, a continuation can be expected. So from that point on, if the market does come under the lows, Well, I would suggest you wait for a small pullback and then continuation under the lows. But if it does come under the lows, well, I think you can start thinking about getting more shorts, because that's your advantage now. Right there, when it comes down under the lows, that's your advantage point. Now you can expect the market to continue to move lower. If you want to make money in trading, you need to have all ingredients in. One ingredient is the technical formation of the stock you're trading looking beyond beautiful. Second ingredient is to expect market direction. If you do not know what the market's going to do next, your chance in succeeding with just a technical formation is probably over 50%. But you pay commission, you make mistakes, you do this, you do that, just over 50%. You can't really make money with that. You think you can, but you can't. You need more than that. You need more than 60%, and it only comes if you've got the right market direction. So, with that, and with a green day, I want to thank you all for participating. Thank you all for being here with me. Scott's away today, so you're in the good hands of Meir and the other analysts today. Thank you all for being in this trading room today. Thank you all in YouTube for being with us. Please give us a thumb up. That would be highly appreciated. Yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. And be careful out there. Bye, traders.
Thank you for watching this video. Before you go, we invite you to take Tradenet's free trading challenge. If you succeed, you will receive free trading education and access to a $14,000 funded trading account that will allow you to trade from home and keep 70% of your profits. Click here to sign up for this no-risk, no-cost offer. If you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can view many more stock trading videos. Questions or comments, please submit them below.